Let's say you just landed an incredible mentor. Or, maybe you hustled and found a great one yourself. The big question is, what's next? How do you actually maximize this opportunity? Today, in this explainer, we're unlocking the true potential of your mentorship journey. We're going to break down the exact secrets to extracting literally every ounce of value from this relationship. If you are ready to put your career into overdrive, you're absolutely in the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today's playbook. First up, who is in the driver's seat? Then we'll cover managing expectations, followed by the golden rule of mentorship, the 3P framework, and finally, building a long-term relationship. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Managing Expectations. Before you even sit down for that very first coffee or Zoom call, we need to get crystal clear on what a mentor actually is. Setting these boundaries right out of the gate is, well, it's the absolute foundation of a healthy professional relationship. Look, it's totally normal to hope for career support or maybe even a magical new job offer, but we need to bust some major myths right now. A mentor is not a teacher who's obligated to lecture you. They aren't your therapist, so don't treat your sessions like an hour event about personal problems, and they're definitely not a job placement agency. The reality is much simpler. This is a strictly professional relationship. They're your guide. Establishing that baseline from day one is exactly how you make this work. And why does this professional boundary matter so much? Because the professional world, especially in tech and business, is way smaller than you probably think. Today's mentor could literally be tomorrow's hiring manager, or they might be the person interviewing you for your absolute dream role in 5 years. Every single interaction you have is a long-term investment in your career. Keep that in the back of your mind every time you reach out. Moving right along to Section 2. Who is in the driver's seat? All right, boundaries are set. Now we need a major mindset shift. Ask yourself, who is actually holding the steering wheel here? The answer has to be you. You are entirely in the driver's seat of this relationship. Sure, your mentor might be sitting in the passenger seat, showing you the map or, pointing to a door you should walk through, but you have to press the gas pedal. You have to turn the doorknob. Setting the agenda, guiding the conversation, deciding where the relationship goes, that is 100% on you. The more initiative you take, the further you're going to go. Remember, you're the captain here. Which brings us to Section 3, the golden rule of mentorship, the 3P framework. So you're driving, but how do you actually steer without crashing? Enter the 3P framework. This is a real game changer. It's incredibly easy to remember, but so powerful when you put it into practice. It basically breaks down a successful mentorship meeting into 3 chronological stages. Step 1 is prepared. That's all your pre-meeting homework. Step 2 is present, how you actually show up in the moment. And step 3 is peaceful, what you do after the call ends. Let's break these down, shall we? Our first P is prepared. Honestly, this is where the magic happens. Coming prepared is the ultimate way to show you respect your mentor's very limited time. First, do some digging. Research them on LinkedIn, see what they've been up to. Second, create a super simple agenda for your chat. Third, and this is a big one, handle all the logistics. You should be the one sending the calendar invite and the video link. Don't make them chase you. And finally, just shoot over a quick positive reminder the day before. Something like, hey, really looking forward to our chat tomorrow. These might seem like tiny little logistical details, but they are massive signals that show just how serious and driven you really are. And when you finally do sit down to talk, remember that how you ask questions is practically an art form. A lazy question is something like, hey, how do I advance in my career? I mean, come on, that's just passing the buck. What are they even supposed to say to that? It's way too broad. A prepared question, on the other hand, sounds more like, I actually made a plan to improve my skills in X. Could you review it and tell me your thoughts? See the difference there? You're basically saying, I put in the work, now I need your specific expertise. That is exactly how you get concrete, actionable advice. Okay, so you've prepared perfectly. Let's move to the second P, present. This is all about staying entirely in the moment. Mentorship is a dialogue, not a monologue. You have to practice active listening. When they speak, nod, engage, summarize what they just told you and say something like, okay, did I understand that correctly? Ask follow-up questions that show genuine curiosity. And hey, if you don't know something, be honest. Just say, I actually don't know much about that. That kind of vulnerability, that's exactly how real trust is built. Now, while you're being super present, you also have to master the balance of requests. You definitely shouldn't be so passive that you never ask for help, but you also can't be constantly demanding favors. It's a dance, right? It's all about pacing. For example, asking for a networking introduction, like, I saw you know person X, could you introduce us? That's totally fine, but only after you've built up enough trust. Pacing those requests is absolutely crucial to keeping their professional respect. All right, the meeting wraps up, it was amazing, and you log off. But guess what? The meeting might be over, but your job isn't. This brings us to our final P, peaceful, or as a lot of people call it, closing the loop. What happens after the meeting is arguably more important than the meeting itself. This is where you actually solidify the relationship. Closing the loop is super simple. It's just a 3-step formula. 1, actually go and try the advice they gave you. 2, report the results back to them. And honestly, tell them whether it worked or completely failed. And 3, express gratitude. A quick message saying, hey, I tried that technique, here's what happened, thank you so much, is just the most elegant way to show their time actually made a difference. When a mentor gets a message like that, they feel great. They know they didn't waste their breath, and they'll be incredibly motivated to help you out again. And that naturally leads us right into section 4, building a long-term relationship. So, you've completely nailed the 3P framework for a single meeting. Amazing. But how do you turn that one-off chat into a long-term, mutually beneficial connection? Well, it's like growing a plant. You wouldn't just water a houseplant once and then walk away for 6 months, right? It needs consistent, ongoing nourishment. Mentee have to continuously nurture the connection instead of treating it as some transactional, one-and-done event. To a mentor, you are effectively their project. They actively want to see you succeed and grow over time. So how exactly do we water this plant? It's all about small, actionable touches. Send them a quick personal update on your career every now and then. If you stumble across an interesting article or a podcast about their industry, shoot it over. Try to connect over shared hobbies outside of the daily grind. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Always ask what their preferred communication channel is. Do they like a formal email or are they a quick WhatsApp kind of person? These tiny details transform a one-way advice session into a real dynamic relationship. At the end of the day, real networking isn't just a numbers game where you collect business cards like they're trading cards. It's about accumulating trust and credit over time. Think of it like building up a bank account. Stacking up that trust capital with people is without a doubt the greatest asset you will ever have in your professional life. All right, let's wrap this all up into a quick, punchy playbook you can start using today. 1, take the wheel. Accept that you are the captain of this ship. 2, apply the 3P rule to every single interaction. Be prepared, stay present, and close the loop so things stay peaceful. And 3, treat every interaction, no matter how small, as a golden opportunity to build trust and nurture that long-term connection. So, with all that in mind, I want to leave you with a thought. This mentorship journey, it's not some passive gift that just gets handed to you on a silver platter. It's a massive opportunity that demands your active participation. So I have to ask, are you ready to step up, take true agency over your career, and guide this ship to its ultimate destination? The choice and the steering wheel is entirely yours. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for today's explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.